You've done the right thing. You've insulated your ceiling. You've insulated your underfloor. But you're still cold. Best you finish the job. And to match your walls.
All right, we covered yesterday, and boy, it got you going, the issue of colonial statues. And Tamatha Paul, the Green MP for Wellington Central, saying she wants to get rid of 3 specific monuments to Wellington. She wants to deregister them as a path to pulling them down. There's the Queen Victoria statue on Cambridge Kent Terrace. There is now I get them mixed out, the 2 Wakefield brothers. There's one, and he was a bit of a roue. There's a little shrine to him in the Basin Reserve, and there's a bust of the other one, I think Edward, up on a headland somewhere near the Massey Memorial. I thought it would be interesting to find out what the mayoral contenders for Wellington thought about a former Wellington City Council, now Wellington Central MP, what they thought of her plans. And I invited them both on. I think it's a 2-horse race, even though people get upset about that. The 2 main contenders, of course, Ray Chung, and standing, it would appear, very much for the Labour Party, Andrew Little. We contacted Andrew Little. He said he doesn't support Tamatha Paul, but that was it. He really didn't want to come on, did he, Bella? He said no, but Ray said he'd come on. So Ray Chung joins us now. How are you, mate?
Hey, good morning, Sean. I think you've rubbed Andrew the wrong way. He doesn't seem to want to talk to you anymore.
Well, that would I get that feeling. I do, which is a pity, because I wanted to ask him about whether or not he'd go against the Labour Party, because he said he was standing as an independent. But he's made. What did he say there? Were you at that thing where he refused? What did he say?
Yes, I was there at the meeting. So he was asked if we had a document that we put to all the mayoral candidates that said that would you actually put Wellington's interests first before you put your political party's interests? Would you actually sign it? And so I think there were 6 of us there, and so 5 of us immediately said yes, we would. And she also said just a yes no answer would be fine.
Okay.
And so 5 of us said yes, we would sign that
You'd
immediately.
Put your city before your party. Well, you don't have a party, do you, Ray?
No, I don't have a party. But
okay.
I
and what did Andy say?
Anytime.
Yeah, what did Andrew Little say?
So Andrew, first of all, he said that he's being endorsed by the Labour Party. He has a long history with the Labour Party, so therefore, he's follows their dictates and agrees with a lot of things that they do. And so then the crowd, the old expression, the crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
Well, the people there just then said, just yes or no would be fine. And so then they asked him again, would you actually sign this document? And so then he said no.
Wow. So he's basically said Labour comes before Wellington. That's what that says. Wow. That's a bit difficult when he's running as an independent, I've got to say, Ray. Ray, let's get on to the soup of the day, the story of the day, or of the week, really. Yep. Tamatha Paul has come out and had another crack at a number of, she would call, in fact, she has called them monuments or statues to thieving colonialists, including Queen Victoria, who signed the Treaty of Waitangi, of course, through her agents. These aren't new controversies for the council, are they?
I think that they pop up every now and again, but they never seem to sort of get very far. And so, but yes, it's popped up again. So,
all right. What do you think? What do you think as a mayoral candidate? Would you entertain the idea of deregistering those historic monuments?
Absolutely not. Look, we can change our values through time. Everything changes. Like people don't like naughty and big ears anymore, but we can change the way we're currently looking at things. But you can't change history. I mean, history is what happened before. So you can't come out and say, we pretend that it doesn't actually happen anymore. And that so we didn't honour those people at that time that we actually put those statues up. So that was in another era, another time, and so they had good reasons to do it then. And so how can we come out now and say, oh, look, we're changing history. We've decided that they didn't have their part to play in New Zealand's formative history, so we want to get rid of them. It's crazy. I had a discussion with Tam Paul when she was in council, and she she keep coming up and saying that, oh, look what colonialism has actually done to us. It's ruined our lives, and all the sort of thing. And I asked her, I don't
Well, she's
understand
half
this.
colonial,
Why
isn't
does she do
she?
that?
She's half colonial and half Maori.
Well, the point is I take that, the colonials brought in the democratic system that we actually have now. Now, if we didn't have the system, then where would she be? She's only able to actually speak up about these things because we have a democratic society.
And she's a woman. She wouldn't be allowed to speak on the marae. She should be thankful. She should be thankful. It is all part, Ray, of a very wider, and I think it's something we've got to address in the country more. And it's come through our universities and through global Marxism, the decolonisation religion or the decolonisation ideology, which is clearly being applied by certain political parties in this country and academia around the world. Are you aware of that, of the decolonisation movement? And what do you think of it?
I think it's a load of old cobblers. Now, I've spent a lot of time in Asia, as you know, and the people in Hong Kong and Singapore say that if it wasn't for the British colonialism coming to their countries and setting it up, getting them all organised, they wouldn't be where they are now. They wouldn't be the powerhouses that they are now. And you look at Singapore. I mean, they're the envy of so many countries in the world, and it's because they were colonised and because the British actually set them up for success. And Lee Kuan Yew, of course.
Yeah. Ray, look, another thing I wanted to talk to you about, I understand, though I was laid up with this bloody cold yesterday. Another major water main burst yesterday. Where was that?
You've done the right thing. You've insulated your ceiling. You've insulated your underfloor. But you're still cold. Best you finish the job. And to match your walls.